Yes, Buti Manamela, beg your pardon, standing with us with his wife, Vuyo. Great to have you with us, Minister. So much to speak about. When there was a big, I suppose, conflict on campuses, for lack of a better term, and people were asking for free education, the issue was around that missing middle. There were initiatives that were announced to try and alleviate that. How far are we down that line? How are we doing insofar as that is concerned?
Well, the money is there. We've had some few students applying. We have instructed our department to work together with the NSFAS and the University South Africa Forum, together with all the stakeholders, to try and see how do we effectively use those resources, to unlock the potential. There has been some challenges, and I think on many fronts, the NSFAS have done quite well, in dispensing bursaries. But with regards to the loan, there has been some challenges, and we're hoping that that team that we've put in place to look at how can we effectively deal with the challenge of the missing middle will be able to deliver a turnaround, and we should be able to communicate something in the next few days.
The criticism often is that promises are made and there's not much of a follow-up. One of those promises that have come for the state is the building of 2 new universities. We know capacity constraints in that sector are well documented. How far are we insofar as that is concerned?
Well, we'll have to hear from the President what he says today about, infrastructure in the post-school education and training system, because, we have to hear the line, because, our system is obviously experiencing challenges. There's more demand for university seats. There's even now more demands for TVET college seats. And so, let's hope to hear what he says. The important thing now for us has become the establishment of those universities legally. We're exploring means to do that. And I think as soon as we can agree in mobilizing sufficient resources, then we should be able to, roll that out. But I also think that it's important that we note that there's been expansions throughout the sector. So, certain universities have individually grown, which means more space. So it's not just about the building of 2 more new universities or even more universities, specialized universities, if you may think, but I think it's also about growing the existing stock of universities to be able to afford, which is much more cheaper, than building universities.
All right, it'd be remiss of me not to speak to your beautiful wife and the dress that we saw a short while ago. They say behind every successful man is a strong, beautiful woman.
Yeah, so they say, and I think it's true. And I don't know how you would have sewed up if I wasn't there, joking. I think it's got the capacity. The president identified the capacity and the will to serve people on his behalf. But thank you so much for the compliment.
Thank you very much, and all the very best. Thank you very much. That is Buti Manamela, the Higher Education Minister.